Lesson 10, Video 4, Communicating with Students. This video will cover two aspects of using the discussion forum to communicate with students and to have a preserved copy of that communication. The first part of the video will discuss setting up an Ask the Professor forum for students to post questions about the subject matter. All the students will be able to view the post and your answers. The second part of the video will be about creating a forum to communicate directly to a single student or a small group of students. And only the student or students addressed will be able to view the post and answers to this forum. So let's create a section in the forum portlet so students can communicate with the instructor and vice versa. With the course open, go over to the discussion forum portlet, click on it, and then click on Edit Forum. And then what we're going to do, we're going to create another category. Here we have our enrollment verification activity category, and then here's where we discuss how to put a form in that you are going to grade. So let's add a category, and let's call that category Communication between instructor and students. And then my category description is just going to be a simple, this is the category that you may ask questions, or I may use to communicate directly with you, the student, period. And then I will leave the topic ordering method the same. I'll leave the pruning the same. I want to restrict access and have it available to all users because they will all need to be able to see this category. And then I'll just hit Save Category. So there's my category about communication between instructor and students. Now I want to add a forum where students can, what I call, ask the professor questions about the topic. So I'm going to add a topic under this communication between instructor and students category, and I'm going to title that topic Ask the Professor. And then my topic description, I'm going to type in, if you have any questions pertaining to this course, please use this forum to post your questions in. I will answer back, and all students will be able to view the question and answers. Please check this forum for questions you might have. And then I'm going to display it now, and I don't want an end date because I'll use this the whole semester. And then on my content, just leave it as post and replies. Access, I want to restrict it to just the students in the class, because this one, I want everyone to be able to see the questions posted and the answers that I post later. I will leave it no restrictions so the viewers can see all the topics. I won't bother with allowing changes at this point. And then I don't use moderation, so I'll just hit save topic. So that has been set up on Ask the Professor. Now, if I am the student, and I'll go ahead and log back in as the student over here and show you what the student would see. And I believe I've got that one under P12. So the student would go to the discussion forum, and there's my communication between instructor and students. Ask the professor. If you have any questions pertaining to the course, so this is where they would ask it. All they do is click add a post. And again, I've already told them to always use their name and the subject matter on the forums. So this is test student. And I will just ask a question that all students will usually ask. When is the test over unit 1? So that's the question that the student posts. And I'll just go ahead and hit submit. And then I'm going to jump back as the instructor and refresh so I can see the new post. And then I'll go down and I will click on, it shows that I've got one post here, so I'll click on Ask the Professor. And after I click on Ask the Professor, you see the test student has answered or asked a question here. I click on that, and then there's the question. Forgot to put a question mark on it, and I'm just going to reply back. And I will say it has to be completed by the end of this week. And then I will submit that. And then if we run back and look at what does the student see after they refresh or get back in and look at the question, and there's my answer to the student. It has to be completed by the end of the week. And all of the questions and answers will show up throughout the semester, and all the students will be able to see them at this point in time. So that's not difficult in setting up an Ask the Professor type forum where students can see all the questions that are asked and all the answers that are given. Now I want to add a form that would be directed at just one individual student. Say that I've looked and here's a student that hasn't participated in anything for the entire week, and I want to just email that student, or really not email, but send them a message and have a record of this message so I can keep it. I will just go to the discussion forum portlet again, and then I'm going to edit forums, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm still under the communication between instructor and students category, but I want to add a topic. Now this is a topic that only the person that I address it to will be able to see. Could be one person, could be two or three. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be typing in a topic name and say it's about test 1, that I have a question to ask the student about. And my topic description is going to be, I noticed that you have not completed any assignments this week? Is there a problem we need to discuss? And that's all I'm going to ask the student. I'm going to display it now. I'm going to have no end date because I want to keep my question and responses back from the student. I want to leave it at post and reply. I want to restrict access here, but now what I'm going to do, in the past I've just put all users. Right by this little double-headed figure here, it says add individual users. So I will click on that link, and then here is where I can list who I am sending it to. Let me just send this to the test student so that won't confuse anyone. So I'm going to just call this student, and there's my test student. And I will click the add, and there's the selected user over here, and I will say OK. So this message is only going to go to that one person. One user has been selected. Restrictions, I'll leave no restrictions. No one's going to see it but the student that I addressed it to, and I won't mess with any moderation. And I really don't want them to be making any changes on this one because this could get into some information that I really want saved the way the student wrote it the first time. So on these private messages to individual students or to a small group, I usually check don't allow changes. And then again, this is me a message going out to that student. So I'll hit save topic, and there it is. You see it as test one, but again, other students will not see it except for the student that it is sent to. So if I jump back over now and log in as I'm still logged in as the test student, and I refresh, that should show up, and there it is in my test one under communication. And then if I'm the student here, I will hit the title of the forum, and there's the question from me, the teacher. I notice that you haven't completed the assignment. Is there a problem we need to discuss? So I want to answer as the student back to the instructor. I click on that. I'm typing in my name, test student, and then my answer is going to be no. I just forgot. And then I want to post that. And it's going back to the instructor, and only the instructor will see it. So if I go back now as the instructor and I refresh my page, and then I'm going to jump back over here to, I've actually got to click back on discussion forum and then go down to it so it'll be live. And then I click on it, and then there is my note that I had sent to that student. Is there a problem? Here's the reply. I click on it, and there's the reply back from the student. I just forgot. And that's all there is to creating forums directed just for communication between the students and the instructor. And this way you will have a copy that's saved with the class. That's the end of this video.